Good evening, everyone. I'm Natasha Brown. Thanks for joining us.
She is a trusted face on Eyewitness News. Viewers in Philadelphia have turned to Natasha Brown since she first came to CBS 3 in 2002.
Natasha Brown, KYW3 Eyewitness News.
Natasha grew up in Gordonsville, Virginia, where she dreamed of becoming a broadcaster. When she was a little girl, she used to practice being an anchor in front of a mirror. Her dreams came true, and after college, Natasha hit the ground running, landing a job in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, before heading home to Richmond, Virginia, as a reporter and anchor. Her career path soon brought her to the Keystone State.
Meantime, teachers in the Peters Township School District.
She worked in Pittsburgh, covering major stories like the Flight 93 crash in Somerset County on 9/11 and the Q Creek mine disaster. Then it was on to Philadelphia.
Let's get right to Natasha Brown.
Natasha came to CBS 3 as a reporter and anchor, but it didn't take long for her to move to the anchor desk full-time.
Good morning to you, everyone.
Viewers enjoyed waking up with Natasha on the CW Phillies Wake Up News. Before long, Natasha earned a spot anchoring the weekend evening newscast on CBS 3.
We do appreciate you staying up late with us tonight.
This Emmy Award winner has been with us for some of the biggest stories.
Terror struck at Sandy Hook Elementary.
Tragedy, miracles, and even stories marking the end of an era. On election night, she was with the Trump campaign in New York City as he was elected President of the United States.
We have just heard from President-elect Donald Trump.
She's also interviewed famous faces, and she's been on the national stage as well.
I'm Natasha Brown in Philadelphia.
Natasha is a member of the National Association of Black Journalists, and the Philadelphia chapter of the NAACP named her to its most influential black women list twice. Natasha has been active in supporting the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure and the Susan G. Komen 3-Day, and for the past 10 years has hosted the organization's annual Sisters for the Cure workshop for African American women. Natasha loves connecting with her viewers and is always ready to laugh.
Thank you so much for watching us here on the CW Philly.
Please welcome Natasha Brown into the 2016 Broadcast Pioneers Hall of Fame.
Well, good evening, everyone. How are you tonight? Nothing like a little flashback, the bad hair, the wardrobe choices. Oh boy, that's a reality check. But anyway, it's so good to be here with you. First, I want to start by thanking the Broadcast Pioneers of Philadelphia for this tremendous honor. It is indeed a pleasure to be in the midst of such accomplished and distinguished journalists tonight, and I'm humbled that you've chosen me as an honoree. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank the other honorees as well tonight. So a round of applause for everyone who is being inducted. Actually, when I heard that I was getting this award a few months ago, I must admit, I thought to myself, wow, you know, that's amazing. And then my thoughts quickly went to, but wait, I've got so much more to do. Give me another 10, 20 years maybe, and then I will have accomplished everything that I want to accomplish down the road. Those were fleeting moments, don't worry. I look back at my career of more than 20 years in the television news business. Yes, I'm old. 23 years, actually, to be exact. And now I understand and I'm ready to graciously take my place among the journalistic giants that grace this Hall of Fame. I never will forget when I first started out in Florence, South Carolina. I took the job over the phone, so I had never even been in that area, never even left Virginia at that point. I was 21, 3 months out of college, and the world of news awaited. I quickly realized the world of hard work awaited as well. Back then in the beginner markets, even now, I carried my own camera, tripod, and tape deck. Does anybody remember those? The really heavy? Yeah. I was a one-man band, as they called it. It was anything but glamorous, and I ruined enough clothes to prove that. But it was also there that I learned every aspect of the business and why now I can understand the importance of all the photographers here, the writers, the editors, and I understand them, I appreciate them even more. From how to shoot my own video to how to write and even edit the story, I had full control of a story from beginning to end, and it felt good. From there, I took the necessary steps to keep climbing, heading back home to Virginia and Richmond, which is a lovely city. My parents could watch me then, and I can remember the countless phone calls from my mother questioning my hair and outfit choices, because that was more important than anything that I could have said that night on the news. Pittsburgh was my next step, as you saw in my journey, a competitive market that taught me how to step out of a live truck and just start talking. Breaking news was everything there, and live skills were an absolute must. And now, after 14 years of being here in Philadelphia, I consider myself a Philly girl by way of Virginia. That's fair, right? Okay. This is a city that loves its news stations and news personalities, and if you do something they don't like, they won't hesitate to tell you that either. It's a place that demands authenticity and realness like no other place I've ever been, and I've been blessed to be here since December of 2002. Each step in my career has taught me something. It's prepared me for this moment. There's success in the longevity of a career like this, especially at a time when our business is changing so rapidly. I've always tried to anchor and report with empathy and credibility, treating everyone from dignitaries to those doing the hard work in the trenches with respect. The most rewarding part of this job is really in the interactions with people that you meet, just random meetings oftentimes on the street. The stories that you tell, the lives they allow you a glimpse inside. This is often a gray job. There is no sugarcoating that, and any of us who are in the field or even on the desk know that. But with the grit comes the glory of having a front row seat to history at any given moment. My journey has been a bit circuitous, winding through many cities, but the one thing I've always hoped to do is inspire and be inspired by others. The viewer who just wants a selfie or a hug. The viewer who just wants to say, "We love watching you." Or maybe not. The viewer who also you just take time to let them know how important they are to what we do and who we are as journalists. There's one quote that is really speaking to my heart, it always has, by Maya Angelou, who you saw one of our veterans, a pioneer, Marsha Rose Shestak, interviewing all those years ago. Maya Angelou says, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." In an industry where we have the opportunity to touch so many lives, what we leave with them is most important, I believe. So thank you again to the broadcast pioneers of Philadelphia for taking this moment to say to all of the honorees tonight, past and present, we see you, we see your accomplishments, and we celebrate you. A special thank you to my family members who have traveled from Atlanta, Virginia, and Delaware to see me tonight, my sisters, yay. Now this is sisterly love, I have to tell you. I had a whole different pair of shoes on when I walked into this room, but I had to quickly swap out with my sister because I could no longer walk in those heels. Anyway, I also want to take this opportunity to thank my friends and colleagues at CBS 3 who have joined me. Jim Donovan, who should probably be asleep. Yuki Washington, good evening, family. We've got Charlene, who is our editor extraordinaire, our news director, Margaret Cronin, Joanne Calabria, who keeps us on point with our PR appearances, and everyone else who's come out to support me. Thank you so much for this honor.